Oh, my baby's crying. 1 second. Family, I'm gonna talk about my second pregnancy today, which is Isaiah, Izzy. He was my second biological child, and I'm gonna talk about my pregnancy with him today. So that's pretty much the topic of today. So when I was about 22, no, I wasn't 22 yet. Yeah, I was 22. I was already 22. I had just turned 22 like a month before. I found that I was pregnant. And I actually found out I was pregnant because my legs were swelling up really bad. I was retaining water in a very bad way, and at the time I was working at a bar and grill. So I was doing a lot of walking. So at first I thought it was because my job was like really straining my body, but it was literally just the fact that I was pregnant, which I didn't know. So I kept going to the emergency room because my ankles were so swollen, my feet were so swollen, and it was so hard for me to walk. I mean, it was ridiculous. I couldn't walk. It was really bad. So then one day my cousin goes, "Why don't you put your feet up?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? Let me try it." Mind you, going to the emergency room, they never did any like urine test or anything. They just said I had tendonitis. So whatever. My cousin goes, "Hey, put your feet up." Tendonitis emergency room. They never did a pregnancy test, so I didn't know I was pregnant. I kept going to the emergency room. I think I went like 3 or 4 times in like a week because I literally couldn't walk. It was so bad. So then my cousin tells me, "Put your feet up," and I was like, "Sure, I'm gonna try anything to relieve this pain." And like instantly my legs were feeling so much better. And she was like, "You know what? You're retaining water. You're pregnant." It's really funny. My cousins always know when I'm pregnant. They can just tell. And so I was like, "Okay, fine. I'm gonna take a pregnancy test," and I did. And then I found that I was pregnant, and I was like freaking out. It was like on a Thursday, I want to say. Well, no, it was a Friday morning. I took a pregnancy test, and I was like, and it was funny because I didn't think I was going to be positive. I thought it was going to be negative. I was so sure I was not pregnant. And then, well, it was positive. And then my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time. Actually, we weren't even really together, but that's beside the point. He called me and he was like, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "You sound funny, like something's wrong." And I was like, "Listen, I'm pregnant." He went and bought like 7 pregnancy tests, and we took them. Well, I took like 5 of them. He took 2 to make sure they were working. Yeah. And then, well, pretty much I was pregnant. I was like about a month pregnant. I made an appointment it was on a Friday when I found out. I made an appointment for Monday. So Monday I went, confirmed I was pregnant, and pretty much that was it. For the first trimester, I threw up about 3 or 4 times a day. But then after the first trimester, I was done throwing up. All I really had was like a little bit of heartburn, which wasn't too bad. It was okay. I remember my oldest son's grandma, his paternal grandma, recommended I drink soda, which is so random, and it actually worked really well for my heartburn just with that pregnancy. And well, it was really unhealthy, but it was like literally the only thing that helped me was like some Pepsi or some like Coke. So I drank that like not almost every night, but like mostly every night, so I can sleep because it was so bad. My pregnancy was pretty great. I literally, like, after that, well, because of my leg pains, I fell a lot. Like my knees would lock a little bit. I got like arthritis, and then I kept falling. But after like when I was like 6 months pregnant, my doctor just put me on bed rest, and I was like, okay, I was fine. I gained a lot of weight though because of being on bed rest. So I ended up having to quit my job and all that, but I was okay though. It wasn't like super bad. Then afterward, after like 6 months, I started walking a little less because it was really painful. My knees would like lock. It was really bad. And then 8 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, I got really uncomfortable because I was so big. I was so big. I've never, like with Sammy, I was not that big. I was big, but not as big as I was with Isaiah. It was really uncomfortable. I couldn't barely walk. I could barely get up out of bed. It was really uncomfortable. So, at about 37 weeks, I drank some ginger tea. I don't recommend anyone do this. I drank some ginger tea and it instantly induced my labor. So like the next day after drinking the ginger tea, I was in labor. So how that went was my contractions started at 1 in the afternoon and I dealt with them all the way till 1 in the morning. And then at 1 in the morning, I told my husband, I'm like, I have to go. I'm done. I took a shower and we went to the hospital. And then I walked like a little bit and then my contractions stopped. But my doctor wanted me to give birth because I had already dilated enough. So they induced my labor. And then he was born at 1 in the afternoon on my stepson's birthday. So my stepson and my second born have the same exact birthday, exactly 3 years apart. So that's pretty cool. And pretty much that's the story there. I tried breastfeeding. Didn't really work that well. My delivery was amazing. Only thing was, I did decide to get the epidural. But the epidural, when I got it, you know, most moms know when you get the epidural, you have to sit up and they do it and then you lay down. Well, by the time I laid down, Isaiah was already out. Like he literally was already out. So the epidural did not work for my labor. It worked after when I was already recovering, which really upset me because I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk. It was really frustrating, but whatever, it was fine. So pretty much I had him naturally pretty much because I had the epidural for like 5 seconds before he came out. I felt every little thing. And my husband took pictures of the placenta, which I'll probably post. Pretty much it was like the best delivery though. It was like super smooth, no complications. He was super healthy. They took him away, cleaned him up, then gave him back, and it was nice. I tried breastfeeding. I failed. He did not want to latch on for anything, so I just gave him formula because I didn't want him to go hungry trying to latch onto me. They bathed him. We saw him getting bathed. The video was super nice. It was so funny. He was crying so hard. He was completely red from head to toe. He was completely red. It was the funniest thing ever to me. I mean, it was hilarious. And it was cool though. I brought my own pajamas and stuff for myself and his own outfits because I'd prefer my own outfits for him. And it was really just, I had a very smooth delivery with him, so that was good. Other than that, that's pretty much the gist of my pregnancy delivery and everything with him. I did pretty much 12, almost about 15, 16 hours of no drugs. And then when I finally got the epidural, he came right out. So it was a 24-hour delivery. And it was funny because every time I delivered, and I'll explain it in my last pregnancy video, it would be like 12 hours less. So with Sammy, it was like 3 days, more like 2 days really. And then with Isaiah, it was just 1 day, 24 hours exactly. And then with Nathan, it was 12 hours exactly. Like, not exactly, it was like 13 hours, but still, it was like minus 12 hours every single time. It was really funny. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed my little short, super duper short explanation of my pregnancy with Isaiah. I'll post some pictures of him when he was a baby. He's a perfect little man. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I will see you next vlog. Bye.